everyone I was sitting with was a lifer. Everyone that I worked with was a lifer. And I realized that this is going to be my life if I don't change something. And I got so like it hurt my soul because I felt so desperate. I don't know anything else but this, and I don't know how to get out of this. I don't know how. How must, what can I do? Because I have a record. I don't have a good work employment. All of these self-defeating thoughts of like in desperation, it all came over me at once. I remember it to this day. I was in Walla Walla Medium, and then I was watching these fights on TV, and I was like, and I love combat sport. I've always loved combat sports. I come from a big
Right.
wrestling and boxing family, and I seen that on the TV, and I'm like, I want to be a winner like that. And for some reason, as silly as it sounds, that sparked something inside of me. And I feel like from that moment forward, I want to be a fighter, and this is going to be my way out of my situation. And so by bringing that up, what was there besides your aunt that you talked about? Was there like a moment like that in your life where you're just like, look, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm going to do it no matter what. Is there something like that you've experienced?
Well, yeah, with like I said, with my aunt and the promise I made to her, and then just wanting to live life and not in there. There's always something better. Like, I mean, yeah, when I was in prison, I made it what it was. You know what I mean? I just have to make the best of it. But when I got out, I promised myself that I was going to leave it behind and, and never look back. But I mean, I'd see people with nice cars, nice houses, and I always said, that's what I want. You know what I mean? I want a nice car. I want a nice house and a family. Somebody that depends on me, kids, and come home to a loving wife and have a family life, not this living from house to house and running the streets and having nowhere to stay because you got kicked out because you're partying or, you know what I mean, or almost killing yourself because you OD'd or,
Bro,
breaking into houses and, you know what I mean? That's just, I lived all that, breaking in places just to have a place to sleep, you know what I
I
mean? And
remember
just,
sleeping on a bed with a gang of you fools on 82nd at this little motel. Like there was 5 of us on one bed. I was like, what the frick? But, I just feel like your story is a powerful one because it's just real and raw, bro. Like you said, there's a difference between guys that are kind of like, okay, I'm in a gang and I'll do something if it's absolutely necessary versus I'm like, where's like a shark and attacking. For me, I was always prepared. And so when I was started to train to fight, was doing that for self-preservation, just in case anything ever popped off.
right.
And in case I ever had a problem with any of my own homies.
Yeah.
And eventually, after a year of doing these crazy workouts, I was in the best shape mentally and physically my whole life. But if someone listening right now feels trapped in addiction or crime or a circumstance they can't get out of, like, what would you tell them?
To reach out to somebody that's doing better and ask them for help, you know what I mean? Get help. And just look at somebody that's doing good in their life. And if you want the same thing, don't tell yourself that you can't ever get it because you can. And don't stop until you can get to where you want to be in life. Like, like I kept telling myself for a second there, like, oh man, I'm never gonna be able to get this or get that. But don't give up, man. Just keep trying. Find that help that you need. Find that person to lean on that you can. You know what I mean? And somebody out there is gonna give a and it's gonna help you or give you advice, and you just gotta listen to it. But you can't. They can't do it for you. You got to make that choice.